Greetings and salutations, Game of Thrones fans. We're Peter and Adam,
Eh?
here to interpret the formulae once more and bring you all the wisdom of the flames. Who are this week's biggest winners? The biggest losers? Anyone else think that next episode Daenerys will claim that Drogon burninated King's Landing of his own accord and she was a helpless spectator?
But first, we do have a couple questions from our loyal viewers. The first question comes to us from Podstickler69. Is it possible for someone who does bad things to get the gold dragon? Well, we'll have a little bit more on that later.
We certainly will. Also asking us question, we have one from George R.U. Farton, who asks, is it true that the actor who plays Drogon does his own stunts? The answer to that is, we have absolutely no idea. How would we know that?
No clue. Whoever does it, though, they're great.
Clearly. Who do we got here for the Copper Penny this week?
Today's Copper Penny is going to go to Grey Hung Like a Worm.
Doo-doo!
Kaboom! He has a great episode here. The episode, starts with him getting that old necklace and throwing that thing right into the trash, right into the fire. He's getting rid of his ex-girlfriend's stuff. He deleted his Facebook. He hit the gym. He lawyered up. He's back on the market, and he's ready to show it. Right in front of Daenerys as well. He looks right at her and gives her a little wink. I don't know. Did you see that? I think I saw that.
I did. I saw that wink. However, I thought he was more looking at Harry the Elephantless Strickland when he was charging at him. I thought, honestly, and I mean, this is just my sort of ineptitude as a viewer, but I thought that Grey Worm was going to stick him with a different spear.
Well, it was a great battle. One of the best battles I think we've seen. Certainly that episode, the one between Grey Worm and Harry Strickland. But that wasn't it for this episode for Grey Worm. He also decided to really just destroy the town. The Lannisters had given up. They had thrown their swords on the ground, and Grey Worm's like, you're going to want that. I'm pretty sure you're going to want that. Fires that spear right into the crowd, kills a dude, and just shows no mercy. Look at that guy, always out there, ready to fight, ready to fuck, ready to do it all.
He leaves it all on the field.
Absolutely. Which takes us to our Silver Stag, Peter.
This week, it will come as no surprise that Sandor, the Hound, Clegane, takes the Silver Stag award.
Woof, woof.
Ooh. Arya was going to make the mistake of her life, going in and dedicating everything she has left to revenge, even if it cost her her own life. Sandor says, no way. Of course, he could have mentioned that when they were back at Winterfell. Instead, he waited for them to travel across the whole continent into a war zone, and then he told her to go home, which is a pretty awesome prank, to be fair.
It's a really good prank. He wanted to show her what they did. They recently renovated in there, right? So he wanted to show her that at least.
Yeah. Then we get to, we're nearing Clegane Bowl. We all know it's coming, and then we see these 4 Kingsguard in the way: not Meryn Trant, Boros, Blunt, Eris Oakhart, Balon Swan, and Preston Greenfield. And
all household names at this point.
As they have been for seasons now. He cuts through all 4 of them like a +3 laser sword through cotton undies. I didn't see him. It's not even that he didn't break a sweat. It's like he didn't even have to draw his sword to do it.
It was incredible. And actually, you bring up a good question. I don't know if he can sweat.
I don't know. I was going to say that it reminded me of Neo at the end of The Matrix.
It was incredible.
That's how much he outclassed the Kingsguard. He was able to resist the Mountain's signature eyeball jelly thumbs attack, which, as far as we're aware, it had 100% success rate. I've never seen it fail.
I've only seen that thing result in fatalities.
Yeah, and some of the most gruesome fatalities. And finally, he recognizes the futility of Clegane Bowl, but he just doesn't give a fuck. And neither do any of us at this point.
Now, Peter, I think we'd be remiss to not give an honorable mention to our boy, Gregor the mountain that rides, Clegane. He gets an honorable. Absolutely, he gets a an honorable mention for the Silver Stag here.
And I want to
He
ask you why, and I think you'll
he
know why. How many does it take to tango?
It takes two to tango. I'm pretty sure I haven't tangoed myself, but that is what they say. And Qyburn, he tries to make it a three-person dance or something, and the mountain's not having it. Picks him up, slams him right into the rocks, just explodes his
I
head
felt
all
it.
over.
I
It was
felt that.
incredible.
I feel like they installed a rumble pack on my sofa for that. I felt that slam.
It was that or flatulence, and it was incredible. That was
man.
one of the cool. One of the
I got
coolest
plenty of
kills.
stories.
Another really good pickup by the Mountain today is he recognized that the Hound is actually weak to fire. He recognizes that, and as the Hound charges him, he tosses him way back into the fire. They both go down, which is actually, kind of a net win for the Mountain. You think about it.
Yeah.
The Mountain's already dead, right? He's
Right.
already dead. So a 1-to-1 trade is a net win for him. It was a great day for him. He just didn't have all of the showing Arya around the digs to really get him the actual Silver Stag, I think.
Yeah, and I would like to add that there's been a lot of talk of spin-offs for Game of Thrones, and I think when you point out that the Mountain recognized that the Hound was weak to fire, I'm thinking Pokemon spin-off. I think he could be the greatest that ever was.
Yeah, there were tons of Pokemon in that Endgame, and Endgame was super popular. I don't know. They can do incredible things with CGI these days. It'd be a great spinoff.
Yeah.
So let's go to our nipples on a breastplate. How many do we have this time?
Well, we've got two Nipples. They both belong to the same person, and I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm not happy. And actually, the last time I saw him, it was a body double, which is fine. We've got Cersei Lannister, the Nipples on a Breastplate Award. Mostly, we're just so... And when I say we, I mean the Flames and the Formulae and whatever random shit that we pretend is giving out the points. We're really pissed off that Cersei, from her... She was on top of the world last episode. She could kill dragons easily. She killed a dragon easily. She's got naval superiority with the Iron Fleet. She's got huge walls all around the city, plus a castle within the city. She's got food to last for days. She stole the Tyrell's gold after the Battle of the Frozen Fire or whatever last season. She looked to be in perfect position, and it all crumbled in 10 minutes, and she didn't do a goddamn thing. She just stood up at the top of the tower looking down.
It was really disappointing. She's usually the destroyer of plots. She's doing it all herself, and this time she just sat up there and looked sad.
Yeah. She had a chance to redeem herself a little bit by participating in the Clegane Bowl. We're not sure how many it takes to tango. Could be 2, could be 3, but we'll never know after she kind of nopes out of there.
It would have been a really good chance for her to pick up a sword and get a couple kills, get a couple points, and get the people who put her on her team, help them get some points. I don't know why she didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't gained like any experience points from combat like all series long. This was her chance to shore up some of her weaknesses. And really, if we look at this, let's look at this from a different angle. Let's stop for just one moment and ask ourselves, if Tywin Lannister were the one awarding points right now, how many points would he give to Cersei?
Tywin would give Cersei 0 points. Tywin would be pissed. Tywin is a man who is built on legacy. He's built his entire life around trying to create an incredible legacy for his family, for the Lannisters, for everything. And it's all gone. It is all gone. Just like that. They all died like a bunch of punks in the basement, except for his least favorite one. His least favorite one, that shrimpy little boy who gets dunked on all the time. That's the one. That's the only one that's still alive. And Tywin is spinning faster than anything has ever spun. Spinning faster than a frisbee or something in his grave. It is
in his grave.
In his grave. Well, maybe he's alive.
His grave is spinning at this point. In the ground.
Everything is spinning.
It's like a helicopter blade. It's like lifting up out of the ground due to all the momentum generated from his spinning.
But back to Cersei, right? She is unable to follow through on this baby plot thing. You know, we spent a good amount of time trying to figure out whose baby it is. We tried to spend a good amount of time. What are we going to name it? And what are we going to do once we figure out it exists? Well, I don't think that we care as much anymore. I care a little bit less now that they're dead, whose baby it is. But I still would like to know what they would have named it.
I mean, I was more interested in knowing what color they were going to paint the nursery walls for it. And
that could have been good, too.
And now the whole palace crumbled.
Well, maybe there's a spinoff. I don't know, some sort of multiverse stuff.
It's a Home and Garden TV Game of Thrones spin-off.
I love that.
That kicking it with Qyburn and Qyburn's crib. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be so good. Oh man, TM trademark. That's all trademarked. You have to come to us if you want to try and use those ideas.
I mean, we could do a better job than D&D at this point.
Probably, maybe. I don't even know who D&D is. Who's gonna win our gold dragon this year?
Well, so the penultimate gold dragon award this week goes to none other than Daenerys, the breaker of chains, mother of dragons, titles, Targaryen. We'll have more on that later.
But we have to give honorable mention to Drogon. None of this happens without Drogon. None of it. Destroying the fleet. None of it happens without Drogon. The castle all burning. He gets this incredible killing spree. He kills a ton of them. He hasn't been taken down yet. They can't figure out how to take him down. He's destroyed, I think, all the ways to take him down, which were just big crossbows, I think, is how they tried to do it. He leveled up several times from those experience points from all those kills as well. Ooh. So he's going to be even more challenging to bring down in the future.
He's probably up to like level probably 31 or 32 at this point.
I would say so.
I mean that's just a guess. But
I can't think of a single time that he's lost any XP overall. So that might actually be on the low end. And we have a separate podcast where we talk about the different leveling of the dragons. Tune into that. He could have shaken off Daenerys at any point, and chose not to. Really, really honorable choice by Drogon. And another honorable thing is he does kind of let Dany think that she's calling all the shots, but that's not really the case.
Is she?
I don't think she is. Is she the one breathing fire and killing everyone?
And here's a related question. Are we being speciesist by assuming that Daenerys is the one calling the shots? Like, we just assume, the dragon rider is the one who's telling the dragon what to do. But I feel like Daenerys rides Drogon at Drogon's whim.
That's probably the case. Well, I think that's probably the case. And for further discussion on that, feel free to make a podcast and send it to us, and we'll probably watch it then. He also kills Varys. Varys is kind of an important character. Don't have a lot more to say about that. Was a kind of a we don't. It was an on-screen death. Okay, yeah, he died. And then he uses those sweet new tactics like attack from the sun and fly really low. Unmatched. No one has seen tactics like that in decades. It's been incredible.
You know, not enough people have been talking about this, but I think Varys is going to have the last laugh. I'm pretty sure he had a bunch of marshmallows puffed into his cheeks, so when Drogon roasted him, the marshmallows got roasted, and he had a nice snack.
Got him. Got him. You know, Drogon did not want that.
No. Daenerys is completely bamboozled by this turn of events.
Oh, man. Well, that's those are all of our awards for this week. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened with the leaderboard this week, Peter?
I can. I'd be happy to. So, hats off to Geese for a 29-point week. Oh! And a clear solo victory, which rejuvenates his standing, bringing him back up to overall third place, which puts him back in the money. quick reminder that the top 3 point accumulators of all the teams after the next episode, which is the final episode, will be receiving actual prizes, which will be great. I'm jealous, honestly. But he's still got a little bit of work to do to catch up to Cutris, who is still on top, but he has been letting the pack gain ground on him the last couple weeks. The gap is closing, so it is literally anybody's game going to the
It's going to be
series
fun to
finale on
watch.
Sunday.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I have more fun watching the leaderboard refresh than watching the show these days, but that's just me.
That might be just you. What do we have here? We've got our way of getting us questions. If you have any questions, any feedback to provide for us or for the formula, please get in contact with us. You can do that this week by building a sweat lodge, and you heat the sweat lodge up to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is important there. Add your favorite Famous Dave's barbecue rub and your favorite Buffalo Wild Wings sauce into the flames. Toss that in the flames. You're going to want to get it nice and hot. You're going to want to meditate in that sweat lodge, in that tasty, tasty smelling sweat lodge. Meditate on your question for 30 minutes. And by the end of your meditation, you will certainly have our response.
So, that wraps it up for week 5. Normally at this point, I would remind you to, not forget to watch the episode this Sunday, but I'm going to change things up a little bit and say skip it. Don't watch it.
At this point, these are all just book spoilers.
Yeah, I'm holding out for the books at this point. I'm not even going to watch the season finale, series finale. That's not true. I will watch it, but don't think for 1 minute that I'm going to enjoy it. And you all know that's true.
If you don't watch it, I'm going to spoil it for you.
That's fine. I probably deserve it.
Yeah, you would.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching.